Ever wonder what women really say about you after a date? Taylor Tomlinson just spilled the truth. She has a way of turning the most awkward thoughts into comedy gold. Takes it further. What happens when those old photos are of your own parents? That's when things get hilarious, uncomfortable, and very, very Taylor. Only Taylor could take a fun first date idea and turn it into emotional chaos. Here she jokes about texting your siblings to ask for your biggest flaw. Because what could go wrong, right?
I was on a first date with a guy. I realized we both had 3 younger siblings. I said, oh my God, let's text our sibling group chats right now. Ask them what our biggest flaw is. I'm so fun on a first date. I can't believe I'm alone. He texts his brothers, hey guys, what's my biggest flaw? And they write back, works too hard, cares too much. One of them wrote back dyslexic, which I thought was pretty funny. He couldn't read it, but I could. I text my siblings, hey guys, what's my biggest flaw? And my brother writes back immediately, probably that you expect everyone to hurt you, so you just leave before they can. I was like, dude, I'm on a date right now. He's like, oh, sorry, it works too hard. I thought this was a secure line.
Taylor has a genius way of flipping everyday moments into comedy. In this bit, she compares therapy sessions to the awkward end of a date. And suddenly, your therapist sounds like a clingy situationship. It's funny, painfully accurate, and exactly why Taylor owns the stage.
I knew that I was getting super healthy when I started talking to my therapist at the end of sessions, the way boys talk to you at the end of dates. Where she's like, so when am I gonna see you again? And I was like, next week's like super crazy for me. Can I just text you and let you know? And she's like, well, let's just get something on the books and we can change it later if you need to. And I'm like, I just don't want to disrespect your time like that. She's like, okay, but to be clear, you do want to see me again, right? I'm like, of course I want to see you again. Are you serious? You're amazing. You're like awesome. Of course I want to see you. I will text you for sure. And then I don't until like 3 weeks later when I'm like, hey, I got sad. Are you around?
Only Taylor Tomlinson could take a casual church dating question and spin it into comedy gold. In this bit, she dives into purity culture, awkward rules about what you can and can't do, and how bizarre it feels looking back as an adult.
Okay, so you met at church, you've been dating for 6 months. Are you waiting until marriage to have sex? You are.
Whoa.
I'm glad someone said it. Are you guys, can you do other stuff or? You can't, oh. I love you. She goes, sorry, if you're not religious, I'm sorry if this doesn't resonate with you. I grew up in church, so it was like, that was the whole, they really give a shit. Like, they care so much, it's weird as an adult now to think back, or they were like, hey, don't fuck anybody. You're like, I'm not. Let me just dog-ear this page. I'm in the middle of Aragon.
Taylor has mastered the art of calling out relationship nonsense. In this story, she talks about her ex who loved bragging about not cheating, like he wanted a trophy for basic loyalty. Her response? Equal parts sarcasm, sass, and laugh-out-loud truth. Taylor also has a hilarious way of breaking down the messiness of love. Here, she compares how women celebrate pleasure versus how men celebrate feelings, and suddenly falling in love sounds like a participation trophy. It's witty, raw, and so perfectly Taylor. Taylor even makes car hookups sound like a class divide. In this bit, she roasts her boyfriend for never trying it, and explains why car hookups aren't romantic at all. They're just for people with nowhere else to go. It's blunt, relatable, and peak Taylor honesty.
I didn't realize how easy my boyfriend's life has been until recently when I found out he's never had sex in a car before. Yeah, now we're back on Team Taylor. I'm like, never? He's like, no, but I'm down. I'm like, you're down? We're not brainstorming. Like, we have a home. Like, do you want to have in a car? He's like, sure, that sounds kind of hot. And I was like, oh, hop in, Speed Racer, let's kill a dream. Because anybody who's had car knows what I know, that car is for children or criminals. It is for people outside the law with nowhere to go. If you've never had a car before, that means you've always had a place to bone. That is the epitome of privilege, and I don't care to know you. If your ribs have never been bruised by a center console, we have nothing to say to each other.
And finally, Taylor perfectly captures the chaos of mixing single friends with married friends. In this bit, she shows how dating app disasters and home buying struggles just don't belong in the same brunch conversation. Unless, of course, you want to compare a bad date to bad tile.
I can't have my married friends and my single friends hang out anymore. Especially like my married friends who have never been on dating apps before. It just doesn't, brunch is not good anymore. We had a friend who's on Hinge and she's going on dates. And we were brunch and we were like, how did your Hinge date go? And she goes, you know how it is. I just got there and he just didn't look anything like his picture. And we were like, that's... And our married friend goes, I totally understand. Steve and I just looked at this house. And in the photos online, granite countertops. We get there, tile. And we were like, yeah, I guess that guy was sort of tile.
What's the funniest dating fail you've ever had? Drop it in the comments. I might feature the best ones in the next video.